The Make America Great Again, or MAGA, movement is a powerful force in American politics, united by national pride and a desire for American leadership. But recent tensions with Iran have exposed a deep split within the movement. Some MAGA supporters demand a strong military response, seeing Iran as a grave threat due to its nuclear ambitions and support for militants. For them, showing weakness is not an option. They believe only force can deter aggression. Others, the isolationists, argue America should avoid foreign wars and focus on domestic issues like the economy and border security. They see another Middle East conflict as a costly mistake, draining resources needed at home. This isn't just a policy debate. It's a passionate, public reckoning happening right now. The Iran crisis forces MAGA supporters to confront a core question. Does America first mean global policing or pulling back to rebuild at home? The answer will define the movement's future. The stakes for the Republican Party and the country are enormous. The hawks in the MAGA movement believe America must confront Iran head-on. They argue that diplomacy and sanctions have failed, and only military force can stop Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional aggression. For them, American exceptionalism means leading with strength and deterring enemies through fear of consequences. They warn that failing to act would embolden not just Iran, but adversaries like China and Russia. A decisive strike, they say, would protect American interests and reassert dominance. Hawks see retaliation as a matter of national honor and the president's duty to protect Americans. Conservative media amplifies these arguments, framing military action as both necessary and patriotic. For many, peace is achieved through strength, and anything less is seen as weakness. The emotional appeal of defending America and its allies is a powerful motivator. For hawks, the cost of inaction is simply too high. They demand bold leadership in the face of danger. Opposing the hawks are the doves, MAGA isolationists who reject more foreign wars. They believe America should focus on domestic priorities, not police the world. The costly wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are their cautionary tales, trillions spent, thousands of lives lost and little to show for it. They argue that resources should rebuild America, not foreign nations. War with Iran, they warn, could spiral into a regional disaster, risking more lives and economic turmoil. Doves distrust the deep state and defense industry, seeing calls for war as self-serving. For them, resisting intervention is about protecting American interests and fighting a corrupt establishment. Their message resonates with working-class voters, tired of endless conflict. They see true strength in restraint, not aggression. The Iran debate is, for them, a test of whether America will repeat past mistakes. They demand leaders who put America's needs first, at home, not abroad. Leading the hawkish charge are Republican figures like Senator Lindsey Graham and Senator Tom Cotton. Graham warns that only decisive action will stop Iran, insisting diplomacy has failed. Cotton, a military veteran, frames Iran as an evil regime and calls for targeted strikes to halt its nuclear program. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, architect of the maximum pressure campaign, insists military force must always be an option. Conservative media, especially Fox News, amplifies these voices, presenting Iran as an imminent threat. Pro-war arguments dominate airwaves, often dismissing restraint as weakness. This echo chamber shapes MAGA opinion, pushing the party toward confrontation. The hawks' message: America's security and honor are at stake. They demand action, not hesitation. Their influence is felt in Congress and among the Republican base. The call for force is loud and growing. On the other side, isolationist leaders like Senator Rand Paul and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene push for restraint. Paul insists Congress, not the president, should decide on war, warning against unnecessary conflicts. Greene rallies her base with calls to fix America's problems before fighting foreign wars. Influential commentators like Tucker Carlson amplify anti-war arguments, framing intervention as a scheme by elites and defense contractors. Their message: "Now's a bursum promstein vard." America First means prioritizing prosperity and security at home. They see war with Iran as a distraction from urgent domestic issues. This anti-intervention stance resonates with MAGA voters weary of endless wars. The debate is fierce, with both sides claiming to represent Trump's true vision. The isolationist message is clear: no more blood and treasure for foreign adventures. Their influence is reshaping the Republican conversation. The MAGA split over Iran is playing out in real time on social media and cable news. On platforms like X and Facebook, hawks post patriotic memes and demand action, while doves share anti-war statistics and stories of veterans. Hashtags like "No More Wars" and "America First Not World Police" trend alongside calls for military strength. The debate is personal, intense, and often hostile. Each side claims to be the true voice of MAGA. Conservative media mirrors this divide. 1 hour features hawks demanding strikes. The next highlights skeptics warning of endless war. Fox News, in particular, showcases both arguments, reflecting the party's internal struggle. The result is a fractured message with no clear consensus. The Iran debate has become a public spectacle, shaping perceptions across the Republican base. The battle for hearts and minds is fierce and far from settled. The party's future is being fought online and on air. The Iran debate reveals a deeper identity crisis within the Republican Party. For decades, Republicans championed strong internationalism, military power, global leadership, and intervention. But Trump's America First platform challenged that legacy, fueling a new isolationist wing. Now, the party is split: traditional hawks versus nationalist isolationists. The Iran crisis has forced these factions into open conflict, each fighting for the party's soul. The outcome will define Republican foreign policy for years to come. Will the party return to its interventionist roots or fully embrace isolationism? The answer will shape not just policy, but the candidates and issues the party champions. The stakes are high, and the resolution is uncertain. The Republican Party stands at a crossroads. Its future, and America's role in the world, hangs in the balance. At the center of this storm is Donald Trump, forced to balance both sides of his base. Trump's rhetoric swings between tough threats against Iran and promises to end endless wars. This strategic ambiguity lets both hawks and doves claim him as their champion. But as tensions escalate, Trump's balancing act grows harder. If forced to choose, strike Iran or stand down, he risks alienating a large part of his base. Trump's leadership style keeps the coalition together for now. But the Iran crisis may soon force a defining choice. The movement's unity is fragile. The next move could reshape MAGA and the Republican Party. The Iran debate is just the beginning of a long-term struggle within the Republican Party. The split between hawks and isolationists will shape primaries, policy, and presidential races for years. New leaders must pick a side: forceful intervention or America First restraint. This identity crisis creates uncertainty for allies and adversaries alike. America's global role now depends on which vision prevails. The MAGA coalition is not monolithic. Its priorities often clash. For some, America First means strength abroad. For others, it means peace at home. The Iran crisis has exposed these tensions for all to see. How Republicans resolve this will shape not just their party, but America's future in a dangerous world. The stakes could not be higher.